Hi, I'm Mika Truman, and welcome to my Patreon, Rumble, my YouTube channel, and of course, welcome to Frankincense School of Mystical Arts, where you can always find me, and it is fsma.life. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and please do share. So, it is very interesting to me that I keep getting a lot of information about food. And I have spoken in the past about food shortages. And I did hear where somebody was talking about trucker strikes. And I'm like, oh man, I had to go look. And when I did go look, I do see trucker strikes. But I also saw this going into the railroads as far as the cargo inner country changing the storage containers. I was getting a lot of where a lot of our supplies may be affected, and the shipping, the freights, all of this. It is really weird, but I get that it all has to do with each other. All of the videos that I have been doing, you combine all of them, and it looks like because of that, like let's say the truckers, but this also has to do with the bikers. It has to do with all of them. I was shown that this is almost like taking it to the streets, but on a much deeper way, because I was getting massive amounts of truck drivers, one after another, and they used to call it convoys. I was shown that. And I was shown where we could see a convoy, go down the interstates, down from one end of the countries clear to the other end. And I do get that is in protest for the way that they feel like that things are handled, the way that mistreating of soldiers, mistreating of the people, different political views. They just feel like that maybe they're not being heard. And that I won't say they're taking a stand against the government, but they want to be heard. So it's like a big, massive protest. And I get you're going to have the bikers that are going to gather, and they're going to do this rally. And then you have all these massive amount of truckers. But I don't get they're delivering food. It's more they're just making a statement. And I was shown hundreds of them driving down the interstates in protest. So it's crazy. And also it's almost like everybody joining together on the roads. But I get that we could very well start seeing a major issue with transporting our goods and the lack of goods and shortages really coming to the forefront. I just have to say, it's really interesting because I don't get that the good guys are the ones that are keeping us from having our food. As I get the good guys are the ones that are like, protest, this needs to stop, all these things needs to stop. It feels like the bad guys are stepping in and they're kind of hijacking that idea, but making it look like that it's the good guys that are not delivering the food when really it's vice versa. So they're taking one idea, one concept of standing up for the peoples and standing up for rights, and then they're taking it to a whole other level of great extreme. And so because of this, we could see and start to experience this food shortage that I do see being on the shelves. But where you get this unrest between country to country, as I was talking about in my last video, it could very strongly affect different transporting, because I get the transporting from other countries, they may be threatened. Because I said in my last video that I get unrest in the waters. So imagine if they're transporting all these goods, the bad guys may just decide that's not a good idea and target them. So I was getting between that and then truckers not delivering. And again, not the good guys. They're just not going to deliver. It's almost like they're going to hijack the whole trucking industry. So I know it's annoying, but please beware. Kind of watch for that. Watch for the trucker strikes and the biker protest and all of this, because I do get taken to the roadways maybe next. And it's going to be in, protest of the gasoline prices and fuel prices. I mean, all these supplies, like lack of supplies. It's going to be in protest of every single bit of that. And people feeling like that their rights are taken away, that they don't have a say, they don't have a voice, they're not allowed to have an opinion. And I get this is what they could do. They could take it more to just more of these protests that feels and looks massive to me. So I do get prices going up because lack of. What happens every time there's a shortage? They jack up the prices. So I do get a lot of that. So kind of beware. Feels like it could affect everything and everyone. So I just wanted to share these events that I get is coming up with the shortages and why and what it's about and who's behind it. So blessings to you. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, please share. And you can always find me on Frankincense School of Mystical Arts, which is fsma.life. Blessings to you.